Okay, hello. Well, I'm not getting any work done today. It's a bit naughty. Batter up. Okay, this scene in Back to the Future, I forgot to mention it in the last video because of the red eye connection. You know, we were looking at the red eye here, and then obviously the St. Louis Cardinals baseball has this, you know, we have the same logo essentially, or, you know, the same idea here with the Cardinals. And again, the baseball reference. Now, I just literally, just before I was going out the door, I was like, ooh, 7-1's got a video out, I want to watch it. So I've actually not, apologies to 7-1, I've not sat down and actually watched this fully. I've just kind of skimmed through it real quick. But what he was talking about in this film, in this video, is this reference to the baseball field. He talks about Robert Redford and that connection with the baseball. He's got a whole bunch of connections in it. It's a really great video. Charlie and the Wolverines is what it's called. The Wolverine references to Red Dawn. If you've ever seen that film. So all these connections are quite ominous at the minute. But he's talking about the baseball field and home plate, and this reference with Robert Redford hitting the whatever film that was, The Natural. Again, the idea of the natural man. And I will say 7-1 does talk a little bit about the idea of the, I'd say a little bit, he talks quite a bit about it, the idea of the difference between a man and a fictional entity, okay? The idea of the legal system being the creator of a fictional person that controls your life, a fictional twin. Okay, this is what the legal system does. It creates this fictional twin, the birth certificate, which belongs to the legal system, yet they get you to believe that that thing is you, okay? And what you do is you play along with that thing and go along with the rules that govern that thing, okay? And this is part of the control system of the legal system, okay? Anyway, I don't want to get too bogged down with talking about that stuff right this second, but I'll explain the idea here. He talks about the amphitheater, and what he did is drew a line through this place, where the shooting occurred, and through home plate on their baseball field here. Okay, now if you look at the baseball field that they have here, okay, and this idea of, you know, home plate, returning home, if we look at this, we can see that this is re-referenced right here and actually right here. You know, as above, so below. We've got like Russian dolls going on here. Hang on, let's draw some stuff in on top of 7-1's thing. So we've got home plate right here. And you know what's interesting about this red line is this is going to end up very close to the Golden Gate Bridge. In fact, I don't know. Well, we'll go to it in just a second. But basically, it's linking this with the Golden Gate, which again, you know, let me explain something very quickly here. You've got San Francisco Bay, you know, going out into the ocean there, and the bridge goes across the eye, essentially, the inlet to San Francisco Bay. It's, again, a connection to the red eye. The red bridge is going across the eye to the bay, to the San Francisco Bay, okay? Anyway, he went through home plate, and this was this Robert Redford connection, and he does a whole bunch of stuff in here. But what I wanted to just say is, if we look at the, again, home plate is right here. If we look at this again, you know, the Masonic stuff with the square and the compass and all that stuff, we probably mostly know this symbolism. But again, this is re-referenced right here, where Charlie is going to go through into this section here. Okay, so this is, again, coming home, going home, returning home, in and out of that system. Okay, this is, again, another baseball field right here. And again, in Back to the Future, this sequence here, where Marty's going to be reborn, what do we have? Well, let's play it. Batter up! Wowzers, okay, and then the rockets take off, okay? Batter up. and we have that rebirth sequence there in Back to the Future. And you know, I was talking about this being the clock tower here, okay? And again, this idea, you know, what 7.1's talking about is this talk, you know, is about the control system with the, you know, the legal system being this form of control. Again, this is what creates. This is your local town hall. This is your local city hall, if you're in America. This is the place that stores those documents and creates those documents and administrates, you know, all the legal documents. Yeah. So this is just, I just thought this was fascinating. Please go check out his video. It's 7.1. Okay. It's the 7 written, then the number 7, and then 1 written, and then the number 1. Okay, he's got some great stuff. Yeah. Let me just show you where he's got it coming through to the Golden Gate Bridge here. Again, he talks about the Declaration of Independence there towards the end of his video. But I just thought that was super interesting with the batter up in Back to the Future 2. This baseball field right here, again, this is another baseball field and another smaller, like, mini baseball field in there. And this is home plate where Charlie Kirk goes home, so to speak. Oh, he mentions Cersei in there as well. The origins of, you know, the word church and all that stuff. There is a ton of interesting stuff in here, which I don't know if I'll get back to talking about some of that stuff. This is where his line's coming out. Yeah, here's the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, San Francisco Bay. This is the eye, the inlet. Yeah, this is where the, you know, the waters, or the, I don't know what you want to call it, but this is where the information or the ships come through this, you know, this portal. This is what the eye is, a portal. Yeah. Okay. I think that's interesting. The red eye, the Golden Gate Bridge. I've got to go get on with some work. Hope you enjoyed this one as well. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but he also talks about the connection with, and I think I forgot to mention this in the other video about, you know, the eclipse also. You can also get the red eye from the eclipse as well, okay, when you look at this kind of imagery, okay. But you've got to try, you've got to take some of this stuff with a little bit of, you know, you've got to think about the context, you know, of what's being said there. Let me show you, let's see if he's got the, anyway, he talks about Red Dawn in this. I kind of skimmed through it. Apologies for doing a video and not actually this thing. I believe I've got a couple of videos about Red Dawn in the back catalogue. Some of the interesting stuff on that's in some of the scenes. So anyway, very ominous indeed. I think that's it. Okay, it was just the batter up connection. Okay, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you on another one soon. All right, cheers. Right, bye.